Hello, hello! Welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV. As you can see, we're logging in on Clyde Wyvernhide, and there's a little bit of a player queue. It should go away pretty quickly. I just wanted to show you the art for Elpis. Makes it look like the Hanging Gardens of Babylon or something, I think. And since last time I went ahead and got some Emperor's New Gloves, just so I could actually have my gauntlets equipped while trying to look like I belong in the ancient world. Or well, rather like Clyde belongs in the ancient world. Hey, they called these Charybdis last time, but they're Sanuwas from the Sea of Clouds, the things that the Vundu, Gundu, and Zundu ride. Oh, he's freaking out because basically one of the presidents is here, or a member of Congress, or whatever you want to call it. Why is this one blue and shiny? Quite different in etheric balance between these Charybdises. They aren't the original creations, but their offspring. Dun 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 dun. Ah, so they're mating, eh? A serpentine bird or a winged snake? Emet-selch doesn't like hybrid animals. As you know, the Charybdis is based on a sea creature. Owing to adjustments to enhance its affinity to wind, it is capable of flight. The specimens created for the concept could all fly without issue, but a problem arose in subsequent generations. This third generation creature was born with an etheric balance leaning strongly towards water. Its aquatic origin is reasserting itself, it would seem. The result being its affinity to wind is diminished, and it cannot fly. No matter what we try, we can't get it to rise, even the slightest bit. For such change to manifest in so few generations, I fear they are too unstable, flawed. With your permission, I will revert the creatures and recommend to the Bureau that the concept be revised. With its etheric balance leaning towards water, the Charybdis would indeed struggle to manipulate wind. Yet it is too early to conclude that it cannot fly. Having failed at first, it may simply have developed a fear. I shall transform and fly with it, helping it to manipulate wind until it finds its wings. What? You needn't go to such lengths. Transform, huh? You don't know. But of course not. Transformation is an art in which one manipulates a vast quantity of ether to construct another body around oneself. In practice, this allows one to assume any conceivable form and thereby transcend the limits of one's flesh. Yet, convenient though it may be, transforming in the presence of others is considered vainglorious in the extreme, as uncouth and unseemly as running around robeless. Shameful. Am I to understand that you make a habit of this? Nothing of the sort. It's just that, when transformed, I can wield the wind and fly. It may seem excessive, but what is our shame next to the lives of these creatures? They deserve a chance, and we owe it to them to do all in our power. Be that as it may. Yes, I believe I have a solution. Emet-selch, may I trouble you to move that Charybdis away from its fellows? Somewhere out of sight. Meanwhile, I'd like the rest of you to help me prepare here. What mischief are you scheming now? No mischief, I assure you. I would but spare you the need to report to your colleagues that Hermes committed an indiscretion. So have a little faith, and run along. We must help the Charybdis to fly, or else they will all die. You know, that says a lot. Like, she reads the emotions of others. She kind of has her own, but kind of doesn't. She's mostly influenced by Hermes. And so that's what Hermes actually believes. He believes that if we revert the creatures to their concept crystal, that it's the same as killing them. We have Emet-selch train the Charybdis. Aside from being able to fly untransformed, he can readily see ether currents. And with his adept spellcraft, he can also employ suitable wind magics to guide the creature along. It would also be for his own sake. With that settled, let's begin at once. Clyde, I want you to go find Emet-selch. Tell him that you have a favor to ask. He will be disinclined to cooperate at first, but you mustn't be discouraged. With our friend, the trick is to be unflaggingly persistent. Off you go, now, and good luck. Dun-dun-dun. Anything new? I'll persist too! You can actually get a Sanua mount if you do the Gundu or Vundu dailies out in I think it's Gundu, the Gundu dailies out in Sea of Clouds, and it's like a red and purple Sanua. And when I did this questline on my main character, I have that mount on my main character, and I rode it over to Emet-selch. Also, this blue Sanua, if you've done Bismarck Extreme, actually if you've done Bismarck at all, I believe you've seen it before, so. Are your preparations for the scheme that is clearly not a scheme complete? No, you just lifted a finger. Wait, am I supposed to have... Did I... Oh. String recognition, and I didn't capitalize the S. Silly me.
No, no, no. You are not foisting this nonsense on me.
I'm given to understand you have the power to help the Charybdis, and should be quite willing to do so. And so I appeal to your better nature, most benevolent Emet-selch. Please teach her to fly.
Or else Hermes will transform. Right now.
Now, there's no need to go quite that far. Altruism is its own reward, as I'm sure he would agree.
Oh, would he now? And who contrived to put me in this position, pray tell?
Nothing so devious. I merely suggested a possible course of action.
Please, Emet-selch. Please.
I did not come all this way to play nursemaid to your creations. I'd thank you to remember this favor and let it be the last. I will aid it once it has taken to the air. It falls to you to shepherd it skyward.
Well, let's relax and enjoy the spectacle, shall we? You were wondering why Emet-selch joined the convocation. Truth be told, he wasn't the first choice for the office. I was, on the strength of my ability to see ether. But I declined the offer. For though my vision is exceptional, I am pedestrian in all other aspects. Worse even, quite abysmal when it comes to manipulating ether, for example. Couldn't transform even if I had a mind to do so. What good is the ability to perceive a problem if one cannot act to address it? Emet-selch has no such shortcomings. He excels in vision and manipulation both, the latter to an extraordinary degree. If there is a mage more powerful, I do not know of them. Thus did I recommend him for the office in my stead. And I wasn't the only one. Far from it. Countless others vouched for his skill and character. People the world over, to whom he had previously lent a helping hand. Oh, how surprised he was. Claimed he hadn't done anything remarkable for anyone. Modest to a fault. He deserved every bit of acclaim he received. Yet he may well have gone unappreciated were it not for a mutual friend. A singular soul who can't help but involve himself in the business of others. Where he walks, excitement is certain to follow.
Now this line here, if you're playing a lady character, then he says herself and she walks and stuff. Because he's talking about his imp.
His antics irritate Emet-selch to no end. But much of his grumbling stems from genuine concern. When our friend calls, he never fails to answer and lend his talents. And in the course of doing so, he himself came to be recognized and respected by those around him. They are truly remarkable individuals, and I'm proud to call them friends. To help them realize their dreams. This will be my greatest contribution to our world. And when they have fulfilled their respective purposes, so too shall I have fulfilled mine. And together we may return to the star. Look at me, spilling my innermost secrets. I can't seem to help it with you. I can only assume it is due to the color of your soul. I just don't understand how you can be so alike and yet so different.
Well done, my pet. Well done!
Ah, yes. I dare say the Charybdis will be fine here on. Why don't you go and signal to Emet-selch? Let him know that his arduous task is at an end.
I guess we just wave. Emerging from his reverie, Emet-selch notices him against the descent with the Charybdis. But you can't stop genetic mutations. They got pink trees here and yellow fern things and... No, no, I don't wanna... No, Ixians. Huh, how about that? Anagnorisis. Ether to ether, huh? That sounds like dust to dust. I'm pretty sure that's a lowercase l. the Lycaon, or Lycaon, or Lycaon. I'm not sure exactly how to say it. The nearby Occupites, slaughtering them. Is the creature hungry or somehow provoked? I had just fed them myself, and the Occupites were keeping a wide berth. It is the nature of the Lycaon that is to blame, their innate viciousness. Temperament aside, it is an outstanding creation, perfect in form and function, but may not be suited for release. I have no doubt that the Bureau will accept its concept for preservation. In any case, there's no point in postponing the inevitable. Doros will revert them all once the paperwork is in order. Where is the scene of the incident? Just off the path of the 12 Wonders. As you make your way, you should see it on the left. I don't know if Doros is still there, however. Dun dun dun. He wants to go save a vicious predator that's killing for sport or fun. That's an Occupite or whatever that was getting killed. And those are like these like crazy ostrich bird things that have complete mastery over wind ether and can make like tornadoes and shit. Occupite is no easy prey with its hooves and horns. It was designed to be formidable even on land. Oh, so they're kind of like hippogriffs. Lacerations and burns are unmistakable. Oh man, that's a Final Fantasy XI monster, the Yggdrasil. Seekers of Adolin expansion from 2014, which, you know, was shortly after 2.0 for 14 was coming out. Or had come out. They're basically like fungal zombie trees that are incredibly powerful. Ooh, griffins. They're called grips. And these ones have the greenish blue feathers from the same color as the one griffin that's in Sorkai, the level 60 dungeon where you fight Hermes Velger. Oh, they got fucking whales here too, like the ones you could fight in Academia Aniter. Long blonde hair. Oh, Meteon's accompanying us again. Blonde-haired woman. Dark-haired man. This quest is once again proving that Clyde is a blockhead. Out in the fields and restraints, frenzies as they were, I couldn't well return them to Catesis. Once I've submitted my report, I'll see them reverted without delay. It's as he says, the beasts are indeed quite ferocious. You're one of the 14! What brings you here? Nothing you need concern yourself with, as you were. We've heard the news that Eliakon slaughtered Okupits. As the observer in charge, you are of the opinion that they are not fit to be released? I am. Their abnormal aggression, exceptional strength, makes for a highly problematic combination. It matters not where they are released. Eliakons would threaten other species and upset the natural order. Could it be that the specimens preserved are an outlier? Highly unlikely. We've created a good many of them. All exhibited the same tendencies. Even when we used Kairos to begin with a fresh slate, their behavior was unchanged. Kairos? A memory reconfiguration system. The chief himself created it. It allows us to erase or alter memories, that we may observe creations in different environmental conditions without needing to remake them from scratch. Quite impressive. And potentially dangerous. Depending on the intensity of the etheric emissions, Pashtarat may wish to have words with you. Rest assured, I've kept all values within prescribed limits, and to prevent misuse, its applications are limited to those authorized by the Chief Overseer. Do not misunderstand. To manipulate a subject's memories is an intrusive act I deeply abhor, but it is still preferable to execution. Damn it, hold on a minute, I have to go check on my dogs. They're going crazy downstairs. Alright, sorry about that. My dogs they hear a bump in the house and they'll bark at the front or the back door depending on which door the bump was closer to. And whenever they start barking near the front door, I cannot hear myself think, let alone read dialogue or make a commentary. So, they're up here with me now. and hopefully they will burrow into my clothes or my bed. I know those distinctions concern you, but we mustn't lose sight of the bigger picture, making rational choices for the sake of a more prosperous star. If a creation cannot be properly studied, even with the aid of Kairos, we remake it. If a creation is deemed a detrimental existence, we unmake it. 'Tis all for the greater good, and none question the necessity of such routine processes. I understand these things, I do. I would never think to unleash a clear and undeniable threat onto the world. Yet, insignificant though their individual lives may be next to all creation, it is all the Lyocones have. Or Lycones, or however you say it. Before we seal their fates, we owe it to these beings to exhaust all options, to ensure that nothing has been overlooked. If you insist, let me provide you with a full report. We may take it from there. Hi, Macty. Be careful, please. Walking on my wires. I love you, Mr. Dog. Would it be possible for us to attend the discussion that Emet-selch may better carry out his duties? By all means. Pray, show them to the meeting room. She's feeling Hermes' sadness. We have a duty to the star, this I know, but it doesn't mean we don't also have a responsibility to the lives we bring into existence here. To man, other beings are just things, to be used and controlled, like magic. That's what Hermes told me once. I fear this discussion may take a while, during which time Meteion, are you feeling unwell? It's not me, Hermes. It's you. I won't go to the meeting. I'll stay with Clyde. Loath though I am to impose, may I leave Meteion in your care again. You know, he really seems to favor the word loathe. Wonder if he's full of self-loathing. The meeting will make Hermes sad. I want to cheer him up with a flower. Hermes likes flowers the most, of all the creations in Elpis. Most creations are expected to be interesting, or beautiful, or strong, better in some way. But flowers are different. They're designed to suit our emotions. What we feel and want to convey. Hermes likes that. I can't make flowers, so I'll search for one, and I want you to search with me. Let's start here, at the 12 Wonders. Boop boop be doop. They might be too bright. You have to think of the recipient. That's what Hermes said. A tall slender tree rises before you. You crane your neck to look for flowers. No flowers. If there were apples, we could have covered them in syrup. Let's head outside next. Don't worry, we won't wander far. An array of beautiful flowers grow in the bed, their mix of colors forming a pattern. These would be better for Hermes, but they're hedged in. That means we shouldn't touch them. They're either under observation or poisonous. Any other place should be fine, though. Let's keep looking. Really, Clyde? Set on a tall, thin stalk, the oddly shaped flower is mesmerizing in its undulations. Econium! A flower that can move. When Hermes wasn't looking, it shot seeds at him. Not a good gift, maybe. But you're good, Clyde, at spotting flowers. We'll find something soon. Or we'll get aggroed by moths. Or possibly griffins. Ooh, morbles? We get him a morble as a flower? Malodorous grass. We're really gonna consider it? A terrible stench reminiscent of sodden old boots pervades the air. Without a doubt, the culprit is the morble-like creature before you. It's an Adonis! The thing about around its mouth look like petals, but the flowers are the orbs on its head. When Hermes inspected it, it swallowed him up. He didn't leave his room for days. What do you think, Clyde? Would he like it? It's probably not a good memory. Grips. Lush green fields stretch out before you, ending where the sky begins. Ooh, Elpis flowers. Hermes likes and dislikes them at the same time. Like me, they're intellecties. Like me, they feel his pain and turn dark. That's only for Hermes, though. For others, they're always white and bright. Huh, so Hermes is like depressed? Truly? The flower was dark in your home? Then do you have it too? A dark emotion? I've known the pain and sorrow of loss. I dare say I have a few. I've been plagued by doubt and anxiety. I felt great fury and frustration. Hermes has felt the same. A fire burning in your breast. A trembling hand, but no one understands. Please, Clyde, won't you lend them to me? Your fury and frustration? I want you to make the flower dark in front of Hermes. He has been in a dark place since before he created me. He needs to know that he isn't there alone, that others are sad too. How much is it gonna matter to him, though, since we're not actually a full-blown person? Like, even if he treats us like one, on some level he's an Amaro teen, so he'll have the nagging, persistent thought that we aren't one. We attuned to this, right? Yeah, we did, okay. Just making sure, just making sure.
Oh. You were waiting for me.
You've finished talking?
Yes. We've come to a decision. My thanks for keeping Meteon company. Emet-selch and Hythlodaeus have already retired to their rooms. There is room for you too, if you would follow me.
Wait! I want to show you something first.
Elpis flowers?
Go on.
We turned them purple.
You're not the only one, Hermes. Others feel sad too. You're not alone.
I see Meteon has shared much with you. May we talk a moment?
Green eyes, huh?
I do not think it wrong that we live for the star, that we strive to make it a better place. And yet, in carrying out my duties here, there are times when I am plagued by doubt. Do you recall what Hythlodaeus said, when we first spoke of my nomination? Death is the privilege of those who have fulfilled their purpose, a choice they embrace of their own free will, and when they depart, it is always beautiful. Perhaps it is, but only for man. Creations that he deems useless are discarded with nary a second thought. Some scarcely born into the world, afforded a handful of breaths before life and potential are abruptly extinguished. We make an effort to spare them the pain, but they sense what awaits. Rage and anguish and cower and fear, and it is not beautiful. Yet no one cares. No one. So fixated are we upon the duty that we do not pause to question the method. Pain and suffering, confusion and despair, writ plain in the eyes of those poor creatures. Yet no one sees. We turn a blind eye and carry on in blissful ignorance. Not amiss. And always, always the blossoms shine pure and white. A contradiction so blatant I could scream, want to scream. How can you all accept this aberration?
You know, the blossoms didn't change from pure white the other day. And I know he wasn't sad then, but could it just be that people are good at hiding their emotions and keeping them in check? And he simply is not?
Then I wonder, am I the aberration for thinking thus? And I am filled with dread. But now I know I'm not alone. Not the only one for whom the flowers weep. I won't ask what you thought as you kneeled beside the Elpis, or if you only did it at Meteion's insistence. Nevertheless, I thank you. To know that you too have experienced suffering is a comfort. Lest you misunderstand, I derive no pleasure from your pain. It's just the fact that you are still here in spite of your suffering gives me heart. The stars in the heavens. Know you what they are? Though it is too far to tell, each glittering light could be a world not unlike Aetheris. A world filled with life.
Man, how has no one made like a super awesome, crazy powerful telescope to find out?
So many stars, so many lives. For us, there may be no higher purpose than to live for our world. But what of the other living beings out there? What is it that gives their lives meaning? That drives them day after day after day? To pose that question to our undiscovered cousins, I created beings of Dynamis, who can traverse the vast emptiness between the stars. Meteion and her sisters.
Oh. Oh. So, not only is Meteion, you know, an unfinished, unapproved creation, you've already made more of her, and that this implies you've already sent them out as well.
Aye, sisters. She has a great many of them, and they have already departed on their journey, traveling to one star and then the next in search of life. As one might expect, exploration on such a grand scale is rife with difficulties, and thus far I've naught to show for it. But I have faith that we will make some manner of discovery ere long. And when we do, I should be glad to share our findings with you, in gratitude for your kindness. It's getting rather late. We had best find our beds. It would not do for both of us to be sleep-deprived on the morrow. Come, Meteion. Let us head back.
All right.
The prodigal familiar returned, and after causing all manner of trouble while we were in our meeting, I'm sure. I worry we might exhaust your scarce reserves of ether. Isn't this quite the turnaround? In our own time, 12,000 years from now, everyone talks about just how much crazy amounts of ether Clyde has, but in this time, you know, it's partially due to the mechanism of the time travel. You know, he's considered this faded, tattered, might die at any second being. Okay, so they're damned if they do and damned if they don't. Look, Pegasus. Or Pegasi. Yeah. A lot of the side quests around here that you can do, they all involve interactions with creatures, and the researchers all have different interactions with your character, ranging from, oh wow, you poor familiar, you know, you're gonna die any moment. Let me get you some food, or so, you know, give you an aether shot or something, you know. And oh, look, they're basically red Fenrir's. Huh. The other three escaped, huh? Wait, they can fly too, even without wings? What kind of monstrous world is this?
Now.
White mage, staff pose.
Oh. Forgive me. Please, forgive me. May you and your kin find peace. Wherever your souls may drift in the underworld, may you find tranquil seas.
But do they even actually have souls?
Be not forgotten, in concept endure, to reclaim form and one day live again. Serve not the star, or any purpose save your own. Live again, if that be your desire. Hate, if that be your want. We are worthy, but leave your suffering behind. Lay down your burdens, be born anew. Fly high, fly free.
Join the convocation, Hermes. You do not belong here.
Leave to replace another. To be replaced. It changes nothing. Tell me, do you think it right that we sacrifice all these lives for the sake of the star? And when the star has reached perfection, what then? If all who are satisfied choose to die, shall we all die in satisfaction? I do not know. Were I to take up the seat of Fandaniel, it would be tantamount to approving my predecessor's death. I do not know if it is right. And to be torn by such thoughts. I do not know if I am fit to represent mankind.
Hermes! Please don't be angry. It hurts so.
Forgive me. If you would still consider me in spite of everything, I beg some time to gather my thoughts. Meanwhile, Hythlodaeus, I fear I must trouble you to attend to the others.
'Tis no trouble at all. Take as long as you require.
And you, my friend, I pray you find that which you seek.
I expect we have some few matters to discuss. Shall we return to the 12 Wonders for a time?
Aye.
Rationally speaking, I understand Hermes' argument. No matter how well deserved the rest, there is a pang of sadness when a colleague leaves us. Yet never has a departure caused me such grief as Hermes appears to feel. What must it be like to experience such torment? I don't know what answer he's searching for, or if it is within our power to give it, but I believe he would make a fine Fandaniel, and that if he rejects us out of hand, we will all be lesser for it. And Emet-selch be actually empathetic. Let's see, we can make this also the sophist robe, can't we? Yes, we can. I probably should have been doing these on Dragoon in the first place, but... oh, I'm out of glamour prisms. Well then. Just have to deal with having a necklace, I suppose. Travelers at the crossroads. Oh! Oh! Oh. Okay then, well. I suppose if Dragoon's not up to snuff for these quest lines, then I will stop here for now and go ahead and catch Dragoon up, because I would like Dragoon to be level 87. And see you next time. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, and we'll be back in character next time. So stay safe and have a great day, and I'll see you again.